Let's look at how to resize boards and adjust board size as in Ed. So basically in Ed, everything is a grid, and every board is a grid. And when you want to change the size of a board, first you select it. Over to the left, you have the list of your layers. Right now we have only one board. So we can either double click on it to open the board settings. And over here we have resize and trim. And on top of that, the width and height of the board is shown. Or to the right, when the board is selected, we click on the settings icon, and you can see basically the same screen opening to the right side of the board, and we have the resize and trim button. We also can access resize and trim by going to the level menu bar, board, and then resize and trim. And from here, we can adjust the board size. Right now, it's 100 by 100 rows and columns, and then we can change it, for example, to 200 by 100. And when you're expanding and shrinking the board, you can choose to which corner you can anchor your existing content to. So if it's by default, it's on the top left corner, which means if you expand the board, for example, the content stays on the top left corner, and then you add extra empty rows and columns to the right side and the bottom side. You can anchor it to the bottom right corner, or you can anchor it to the center, and this way, basically the existing content stays in the middle, and it adds empty rows and columns around your existing content. So let's go ahead and try that. We do apply, and now our content is shifted. So I zoom out, and we can see that the board is a bit wider. We can turn on grid lines by pressing G. So G toggles grid lines. Right now, grid lines are rendered behind the content. If I press G again, grid lines are rendered in front of the content. If I press G again, grid lines are hidden. So let's go ahead and render grid lines behind the content. And now we have a 200 by 100 board. So we can also do other things in the resize and trim dialog box. For example, we can trim. When you trim, it basically removes all the empty rows and columns around your content. You can pick which sides you want to include in your trim operation. By default, all the sides are selected. So let's go ahead and trim. And as you can see, all the empty rows and columns around the content are deleted. And we only have a 15 by 12 board. We can pad. Pad adds empty rows and columns around the content. Let's do like 3 to the left and 5 on the top. And as you can see, we have some new rows and columns. We can also use this toolbar button over here. It's called Modify Grid. If you click on it, you have 4 options. One to add a column, to delete a column, to add a row, and to delete a row. So let's go ahead and add a column. We click on this, and now we can add a column wherever we want, like this. So it's expanding the board automatically, and it's shifting the content to the right. So now the board is 21 by 17. We can also add rows the same way. And we can remove columns and rows.